Star Wars, a title that many people know. It was a series of movies originally created by George Lucas in 1977, consisting of A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Originally, George Lucas wanted to keep the series as a 3, but he figured that if he never went back and did more Star Wars, then he'd never come back to Star Wars ever again. People loved the prequels that he made, and then he sold to Disney. And then Disney made the Wait, hey, do we have to talk about the sequels? We do? Okay, alright, fine. Disney made the sequels, which they thought everybody would love. And I mean, Force Awakens opened to an interesting plot, and Wait a minute. Wait, what? We're not here to talk about the movies. We're here to talk about the games. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll talk about the history in another video. There are a few games that stand out as some of the best, like the popular Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2, which were amazing RPG games that people loved, and if they made the RPG games as remakes now, they'd be some of the best Star Wars games in history. And there was also The Old Republic, which was a popular MMORPG. But we're here today to talk about EA's Jedi series. Currently, there are 2 Star Wars Jedi games out by EA, and that would be Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. I have played the entirety of Jedi Fallen Order. I have not finished Survivor yet, but so far I do think Fallen Order is better, so that's the one I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be rating the game based off its story, the looks, combat, boss fights, characters, interactions, character development, and the overall gameplay. Cal Kestis is a Jedi that survived Order 66 by escaping the planet Braca and becoming a scrapper. Eventually, after years of working, Cal had to use the Force to save his best friend Prouf. This attracted the attention of the Inquisitors, which came to Braca, and they tried to kill Cal, but they killed Prouf instead. Cal escaped and met Seer, a former Jedi that convinced him to go on his journey to try and rebuild the Jedi Order. The story to this game is amazing. I cannot explain much of the story without giving away a lot of the game and spoiling it for people, but wow, I personally think the story is an overall 10 out of 10. Next, we have looks. Now, all of the game, this entire game looks absolutely insane. It is awesome. Kashyyyk was absolutely beautiful. It was an amazing planet graphics-wise. And then there was Dathomir, Braca, Bogano, and Lum. All of those planets probably weren't meant to be the most beautiful, but they still looked awesome. They looked amazing. Now, this game came out in 2019, and the graphics were still absolutely insane, kind of pushing the boundaries a little bit, but I think they could have done a little bit more, though there would have been more performance problems, so I'm probably going to put the looks at around an 8 out of 10. Combat is an amazing part of this game. Outside of the boss fight combat, you can fight the stormtroopers and everything else that's attacking you, and any enemy that's attacking you, it adapts to how you struck them. So if you did like an arm or something, that arm would be cut off, and it is absolutely amazing. It is very cool. You can upgrade your skills in your menu, and yeah, so I'm really going to have to give combat a 10 out of 10. The boss fights in this game are absolutely amazing. I know I'm saying that for everything, but the boss fights are really cool. I'm going to use the Ninth Sister boss fight as a little example of this stuff. So when the boss uses an unblockable attack, the boss will glow red, and you'll have to dodge out of the way or else the attack will hit you, and usually they're actually pretty powerful attacks. Otherwise, you can block the attack, parry it, and you can dodge it otherwise as well, and you can go back and hit the boss. Overall, the boss fight combat in this game is really, really good, and again, I'm going to have to give it a 10 out of 10. Next is characters. Now, there are a lot of characters in this game, so obviously I'm not going to rate them all, but I'm going to talk about some of my favorite few. Well, one, obviously, is Cal Kestis, which is, he's the main character, he's the person you're playing as, and he's really cool. And then there's Seer. Seer, it helps you on your journey, and she's actually really helpful throughout the game. And then there's also Grease, which you meet, and obviously, he's the one who pilots your ship. And there are a lot of other interactions in the game as well, like with the Second Sister and the Ninth Sister. They are both absolutely amazing characters. All the characters are really well scripted, and again, here comes, not very much of a surprise, another 10 out of 10 for the characters. Now I'm going to talk about the interactions. I'm specifically going to talk about some of the cutscenes here. So, the cutscenes when you fight the second sister are absolutely crazy. The cutscenes, like the artwork is insane. Same with the ninth sister fight. It's just insane. The artwork's insane. The animation is very well done. The game, this game is just very well planned, and these interactions are amazing. You can talk to people outside of your missions, and it's just amazing. I don't have anything else to say about this game. I mean, I know I keep saying this over and over again, but this game is absolutely amazing. Not a surprise, but here comes another 10 out of 10. Now is the character development. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky, because Cal actually, I think he grows not too much, but a little bit by the end of this. He realizes some stuff that I'm not really going to say because it will spoil the game, but he does realize some stuff in the end, and he's like, man, I got to make the right decision. And then some of the other characters, yeah, they don't change, their perspectives don't change, but I mean, Cal grows. So Cal's kind of carrying it here. I think I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Finally is the overall gameplay. Now, I've been explaining this game through this entire review, and as you have heard, it is amazing. The gameplay, all of this kind of combines into the gameplay, but playing as Cal, fighting the bosses, doing everything, doing all the missions, side quests, finding everything on the maps, it's just, like, it's very well thought, very well planned, and it's probably one of the best games that I have played. And so, now the overall gameplay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that another 10 out of 10. So that was my personal review of Jedi Fallen Order. I really enjoy the game. It is quite an amazing game. I've been saying it for this entire time, and it is probably one of my favorites of all time. Adding up all the points, there were 8 categories, and 2 of them got 8 out of 10. So the total score for this game is a 76 out of 80. So this game was absolutely amazing. I very much enjoyed it, and please tell me your personal opinions in the comments. Thank you, and see you in the next one.